Yeah, good yourself, Jimmy. How are you? Oh, I could have been done a little better, but all in all, it wasn't too bad of a result.
Welcome everyone to the purple sector at beautiful Brands Hatch. What a circuit this is in the lovely part of England in Kent. Here we are in the gorgeous Jaguar GT3 race car now as we head down to turn 1, which is known as Paddock Hill. Right-hander, off camber, blind entry, turn it in at about 140, 150 kilometres an hour. Then we head up the hill towards Druids, second gear. Really tight apex, really important to get a nice drive out of here as we go down the short chute now, down towards Graham Hill. Left-hander, just clip that apex, run it out wide, use the whole ripple strip. Now down the short chute towards Surtees, fantastic corner this one, back to second. Really late apex as well. Really want to get a nice push out of here so you can now fly it down Pilgrim's Drop. This is the only part of the track where you really get to take a breath. So a big breath and then the most fearsome corner on the track, Hawthorns. 170, 80 kilometres an hour. Flat out. Back down the gear, into Westfield, clip the apex, don't run it too wide, that sand will suck you straight in. Now down Dingle Dell, up towards Sheen Curve, what a corner this is. Blind entry, really maximum commitment through. Now it's Sterling's, back to third. Clip that apex, because it's cambered, you can actually take a lot more corner speed through there. Now the final corner of the track, Clark. Quite a tricky corner. The car just wants to understeer the whole time. And that is how you get purple sectors at Brands Hatch. This is going to provide an absolute rip-snorting race tonight. Cannot wait to unleash the fury. It's fast, it's furious, it's wild, it's intense. So many superlatives to describe this track, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is the purple sector.
All right, very much, Sean. Right, can everybody hear me now? Sorry about that. Who we got in the chat? We got Justin. Good afternoon. We got Buffer. How are you, mate? The captain's watching us as well. So hopefully with a bit of luck that sorted out our little technical issue. Right, Troy, we're ready to go.
We are underway.
Cool. Alrighto, let's go.
We got 14 on the grid tonight, and there's more than a handful of some fast players. So it sounds like we're in for a good few battles and a good race.
Alright, awesome. So, we'll wait till everybody gets out on track. And then,
There seems to be a bit of a standout of a few drivers in particular, but it's one of them tracks that mistakes happen, so it could fare better for the maybe a little bit slower driver that just has the consistency.
yeah, no, I agree with that. It's a hard track to get right every lap, and it bites really, really hard too. So have a look now. First out will be Barry in the Forgotten Island Brewery Obsession Motorsport BMW M6. This man was extremely fast in practice today. I was in a lobby and he was setting some extremely fast times, so let's hope he can continue. We got Schnicko for Altus, of course, coming off another pretty good couple of rounds for these guys. They've been winning a lot of races. He'll definitely be one to watch. We got Dan the Man in the Smart Group Aston Martin for Dynamite. We got Mr. Two Times, the King of Brands Hatch. Here he is in the GT track car for...
What's he going to bring to the table tonight?
I hope he brings a lot, because like Sean goes, we won't live it down if he doesn't. Of course, there for Counterpunch. We got Mighty Mo Jalen in the AMG GT3 with my tracks on the side for Blacklight. And we got the captain for Ragged Edge Racing. It should be able to fill us in on how he's been going this week, Troy.
I think he's going as usual. He can pull the fast times. Let's hope he can pull the race together.
Let's hope so. Alright, P7 is Mr. Brent for Running Controls. In the Supra, we've had a bit of a livery tweak on that. With all the COVID-19 stuff going on at the moment, he's unfortunately he's lost his job, so we've just put his business up on the roof there as a show of support. So get around.
Oh, Captain's already off in qualifying.
Oh, there he is, just in front of the screen there. Get out of the way, Captain. It's lucky in the Jag there as the first guys start coming through, and Barry. Oh, he's lost it on the second flying lap. Oh, he will spend that big time. So he managed to do a 21.2 on his first flying lap. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's fast. It's one of them things, but it's qualifying's one side of the race, but then the other side of the race is you got to keep it on the track for the 20 or 25 or to 30 odd laps that you might be racing, and once you fall off, you're well behind the ballpark to try and catch up.
That's right. So we got Clint here in fourth. Clint did his usual arrive 5 minutes before race start sort of business, and he's straight at the top. So hello to Clint, and I'll have him off as well. Here he is, Mr. Two-Time, P5. Not bad for a first flying lap.
Hartsoff's playing on the bit of the mend at the moment. He's hurt himself over the weekend, so he's driving with a bit of a sore hand. Hopefully he can hold it together for the race.
He's doing alright being in P6. He's doing really well at the moment. We got DJ Brain for Road and Controls, P7. We got D in the GT track car for Counterpunch as well. P9 after his first lap, jumps up to P8, back down to 9 again.
D's going to be one to look to improve. He's the last race, I don't think he wanted to finish where he ended up, and I think this race he's going to want to try and make up some ground.
Yeah, that's right, absolutely. So we've got Dadson here in the second of the Dynamite cars, P11.
Dadson's filling in for Matty from Black Dynamite.
Right. Oh,
From
hello,
Black
Matty.
Dynamite.
Hope you're well, mate. We got the captain in 12th. Won't be happy with that. And
Let's
we've got. Let's hope he gets a bit further up the field than that. We got Mighty Mo in 13th, and rounding out the field at the moment is NASCAR in the Bez Media Corvette for Cornerstone.
NASCAR's another one you would have expected to just be like a bull out of the gate and just up the front, but he seems to be struggling in the Corvette this season.
Yeah. Ooh, Barry goes quicker again. So Snicko's in P2, so the BMW's up the top.
I think it's the right car for this track. It's certainly showing that over the last the last round we had here of Group A, it's definitely one to be up the front.
Yeah, that's right. And the captain's just pumped himself nicely into P3 there. So he'll be happy with that.
The captain definitely has the speed to potentially take out the qualifying, but he's got to make it happen. So I'm hoping he can put it together.
Let's hope he can too. So we'll try and find our friend Ghost here. And here he is, P9. What do you reckon? He was about a 20, be a low 22. I reckon he's done so far at the times.
I think Ghost is... It's not about qualifying for Ghost. It's about making it to the end of the race on the strategy you've worked for all week.
That's right. He's up though. He's 1/10 up on his fastest lap, so he could move up a spot here or two. We'll just keep an eye on him as he crosses the line. He does. Goes up one spot, up to P8. Good job there, mister. We have Barry here, pretty comfortable out in front. Who would have thought you'd have 0.2 of a second on Schnicko halfway through qualifying?
We've seen the Altus boys. They definitely like leaving it till the last lap of the qualifying, so it's going to be a last lap dash for me, I reckon, for the Altus boy.
Yeah. Well, he's up at the moment, Schnicko. He's 2.5 tenths up, so we'll stick around with him here.
Yeah, he's definitely putting on the pace now.
We're heading up to Hawthorns. Still up, yeah, then to Sterling's. Lost a little bit of time there through that second sector though.
He's got Barry right behind him, and if he goes top of the charts, Barry's going to see it happen right in front of him.
Alright. Here we go. Does he go? He does. 1/10 quicker.
Can Barry match it?
No.
Can't.
Wow. So there we go. Shots fired with 6 minutes to go. And the captain's another half a second down the road in third. Man, these two Beamers are on it tonight, aren't they? Lucky goes up to third with a 121.6 in the Jag. Wow.
Oh, it'd be good to see them have a good outing. The Jag hasn't wanted to gel with them so far.
So that pushes the captain down to fourth and Clint down to fifth. Can you believe that? And he scratched that beautiful looking Aston Martin as well. Not happy, mate. So we've got DJ.
Sorry.
It's got DJ in sixth from Ronin Controls. Had a quick skid around here in the Supra this afternoon. Being the team owner, I can do what I want, and things on rails. So hoping for a good race from these guys.
Yeah, the Supra's kind of one that hasn't been up the front this season, and I kind of would have expected it to.
Yeah, especially after what happened last season. I thought he would have been a bit further up the top. As Dan now goes into third and immediately puts that Aston Martin in the wall. That's a good time from Dan though, 121.4.
Oh, DJ's in the pits. This is the first of the pit stops, followed by Clint.
Sticko there, letting Barry through. Let's have a look at the chat here while we've little pause here. Hello to Brocky, hello to Hannah. Let's go Ghosts. Obviously the Muller fan club's in full swing out there in Sunbury. Oh, not happy about something there. Alright, Ghost now, here he is in 9th place. And he's up too by a fair margin. He might jump a couple of spots there if this carries on. Jump on board now. Comes up into Sheen now. Rides the bump nicely there. Into Sterling's. He's still up. He's 2.5 tenths up. Down the little short shoot to Clark now. This man loves Brands Hatch. Hasn't lost a race here yet. Nice around Clark. Onto the Brabham straight now. Does he move up? He does. Goes P5 with a 121.7. Oh, you'll be happy with that.
P5 is not a bad spot to be starting off with. We've still got 3 minutes to go. You're going to start seeing everyone pulling in for their last mid-lap dashes.
Yeah,
taking them fresh tyres.
He'll be well happy with that.
I think Clint's going to be one to watch for the long haul of the race. He always seems to be the one that just is always there at the end of the race. He's this exceptional driver. He looks after his car.
Oh yeah, he's definitely got a. He knows how to drive the Aston Martin. He's been driving it for a long time now, and he knows it like the back of his hand. And he's always got a good car. Always looks after it until he needs it most at the end, when everyone else is running around on rims. Basically, he's just got that thing on rails. So it's really good to watch. But he's in 8th at the moment, so he'll be hoping he can improve on that.
Yeah, he might. In saying that, captain's in 7th. So
yeah, that's true.
The two that are up the front in the championship aren't faring too well with only a minute and a half to go.
And we see Snicko's jumped into the pits there too, so I don't know what's going on there, but here we go. Berry's up. We'll keep an eye on this one. This could just about be his last lap. Down the Cooper straight into Surtees. Nice, and he's up again too. He's making time. He's cleared Snicko by a little bit at the moment. So we head down Pilgrim's Drop now. Up into Hawthorns. Little bit wide out of Hawthorns. Didn't cost him too much time though. As we head into Westfield. Down and up Dingledale into Sheen Curve.
Well, captain's just gone purple.
Oh, Barry's lost a little bit of time there into Sterling's. He's still up though. This is still going to be a very good lap. Just keep an eye on him here as he heads into Clark Curve. So he's going to have one more lap to go after this one. What's he got? This is going to be quick, I feel. 20.8! Wow! That's huge! Alright, we'll jump down to Captain. So Captain's just coming out of Clark now. He's green, he's not purple anymore, but we'll see what the time is.
No,
P3. Ooh.
This is going to be their last laps.
This is going to be, there's a lot of traffic running around as well. They're all bunched up.
Captain has moved up to 3rd though.
Yeah, he has. Clint's still in 8th place though. That's massive for me. That's not where he's going to want to be at all. But here we go. Snicko's up. He's up by 3 100ths at the moment. This is the final lap. This is going to be clutch lap stuff once again from the Altus boys. And he's down.
Ghost in tow. Can Ghost get some spots out of this?
Ghost is, where is he? He's 9th or 10th at the moment. 9th.
Ghost is up too.
Snicko. So Snicko's had an awesome second sector. He's 1/10 up already. So we head through Westfield. Down and up Pilgrim's Drop. See someone backed out of the way there. Thank you. It's one of the Ronin cars. Into Sterling's now. He's down. He's down at Sterling's.
I think
down into Clark now. I don't think he's going to do it unless he has an absolutely amazing last sector. So Clint jumps up to 6th, and he doesn't. So Barry with that amazing 1 minute 20.8. That is a fast time. That's Group B, ladies and gentlemen. Pole position. That's amazing.
Captain's parked it on the main straight, on the grass.
Of course he has. Thank you, Captain. Finishing up 3rd in the end. We got Dan.
4th.
That's a good drive from Dan. We got D in 5th. Clinton 6th. That's a surprise for mine, but we'll see how they go with that. All right. So what did we think of that? Go, May, send it. Take no prisoners. I dare say that.
I think there's a couple in there that might have wanted a few more spots further up the front.
Yeah, I think you might be right. So before we head over to the FYRC room, let's just take a quick look at the AGT points there, and you can see Snicko's on top, Clinton's second. We got D in third and Dan in fourth, so it's all the usual suspects up the top. We're all the way down here. Barry is in 11th at the moment after missing a round, so that's really, really halted his progress because he's been doing really, really well the last couple of races. So, righto, I'll leave you to it now, and
I'll see you when you get back.
All right, no worries, and I will jump over to the FYRC room where I should have the one and only Claude on the dial.
Jim Bob, how are you, mate?
Hello, mate. How are you?
Good, good. Getting comfortable, seating in for what should be a good race, a tight race, hopefully.
Awesome. Okay, so get these points back up again before we jump into this lobby here for the FYC guys, and because of Lockwood and of course up top for Ragged Edge, we got the Bad Doctor in second, and we got the Good Doctor in third. Gee, how's that?
It's a critical stage of this championship. We got, obviously, as you're saying, Lockwood there, you know, with a fair gap out in front, and he can stamp his authority all over it with a win tonight. The Blacklight boys will be doing everything possible to sort of upset that. And then you've got Pruski, who's unfortunately missed a race, or maybe even two earlier in the season, but who's an ultra-fast competitor in tonight's race, and he should be up there making a nuisance of himself as per usual, and potential looking at a podium finish too. So a lot to unfold tonight's championship.
And special mention too to Pro in fourth for Jandal. He never gets much TV time, and he never seems to be up the front, but here he is in championship land fourth.
That's what happens when you're consistent, isn't it? Consistency pays
right.
off, and he's in amongst that bunch of drivers down to, you know, you've got Moff and Betty there too, who are sort of still in contention. You know, it only takes one bad run here for the top three guys, and they're straight back into the championship. So we'll just wait to see how it pans up. Just about to set them off, Jim.
All right, cool, awesome. Righto, what do we think qualifying for FYRC, guys? Hello, Janwell. Hello, Lockwood. Rob Rickard, epic lap from Berry. Yeah, mate, that was a very good lap, wasn't it? Okay, so we're just going to wait for these guys to jump out on track a little bit.
Yeah, so just with sort of the practice we're having a look at there, the usual suspects setting the better times. Lockwood was, you know, probably showing a clean pair of heels, but I don't think I saw a driver not come off the track, and that's the key with brands, as with every track I suppose, but this one in particular. It's difficult to get around a complete race without having a major scare or a major off at some point.
All right. Yeah, no, that's very true. I totally agree with that. Troy had the same sentiments as well, so it's definitely one of those tracks where you got to keep it on the black stuff to get anywhere. All right, so we have on track tonight Mr. Lockwood for Ragged Edge in the PVS car. Of course, all of these cars are the Porsche 911 RSR GT3 with the BOPs on, and they have fresh boots this weekend too. We've had a change of tyre manufacturer with Michelin jumping on board, so big shout out to those guys. We got Subaru and the Advanced Fitness car for Garage 84. We got Faster Jet in the Pope car. I believe that is for Lucky's Lawn Care. Could be wrong. Here he is, Pruski with the brightest car on the track. for Tamo Cars. Apparently he's got the boss man tuning in tonight as well, so big shout out to them. We've got SSL Death and the Tastic car for Obsession Motorsport as well. We've got the Bad Doctor for Blacklight, the Good Doctor's behind it. Also for Blacklight there in the TMR Systems car. We got the Moff, Mr. Aussie Hampton and the Aussie Hampton Porsche. We got Chris VF for Logitech Altus. The cars always look really good too, don't they? We got Landwell in the Ronin car. Been looking to improve, I think, Landwell. He's had a rough couple of weeks. We got Core Pro in 11th. We got Lardas in 12th. Betty in 13th for Frontier. And rounding up the rear will be Mr. Filthy in the Dubbo Heavy towing car, I believe that is.
Yeah, well, I think Filthy's employed that, giving himself a bit of room to set a qualifying time, trying to stay away from traffic, give himself a nice clean run. Of course, that means he might miss out on the opportunity to get a bit of a tow from a car in front, but it'll keep him out of trouble.
That's right.
Lockwood has just set the benchmark at a 1:22.6 as its first lap time start to roll in.
Then the Bad Doctor's all the way up to P2. He'd be happy with that. That's a good time. We got Persky in third. We got Chris VF in fourth there. Good Doctor's in fifth. Good Doctor always qualifies around that mid-pack, but always seems to find himself up the front for some reason or another. He has a very good knack of doing that.
Quite interesting to see the times compared to the AGT times. If you take those two BMWs out of the picture, which seem to be absolutely flying at the moment, these guys aren't far off those times. They're within a second of the AGT boys.
Yeah, that's right.
It's some decent
pretty
times.
good going. We've certainly got some guys in there that can drive a car, that's for sure.
Oh, we've just had an off there. I think it could have been, well, we've got faster jets going off.
Oh no, that's up at Sheen as well. Oh, there's a couple of them off.
Lockwood improves by a tenth at 22.5. That's
Well,
cool.
Pro
Pro
and
involved
SSL
there.
Death. Yeah.
They do themselves a favour, maybe spreading out a bit here, I think. Often it's not car-on-car contact, it's a sliding car that creates all the issue, a wheel on the grass, and you got mayhem.
That's right. So Lockwood currently at the top with 5 minutes to go. He's got nearly 3.5 tenths on the Bad Doctor. It's a very good showing from last weekend. Of course, last time out in Suzuka, he really didn't qualify anywhere. So he certainly picked his game up this weekend, which is good.
BF in the Altus has already pulled in for a new set of boots, so he's running a slightly different tactic to everyone else. I suppose he's the leading Altus car in this championship at the moment. Currently sitting in 8th.
We've got the Moff down here in 13th. He's up though. He's up a fair bit. He might make some places up there. We got Fast and shit down there rounding up the field. But we'll head back up the front now. So Lockwood's in.
Well, we've just passed the halfway mark. We've got 4 minutes remaining in qualifying. And Filthy, unfortunately, on a good lap there, has got caught behind SSL Death. There's been a bit of history there.
No. Yeah, there's a little bit of history.
And it's just unfortunate. It's just the way it works sometimes. It's the one... You keep finding each other when you least want to.
Yeah, you do. Popsy has a good one with that. Popsy and Excalibur always seem to go alright together. So I heard.
And there's an opportunity tonight again for probably the most famous one, which is the Pruski Kua battle. Those two always seem to find themselves.
And they always turn it on as well. Always much respect given by those guys. And they love it too.
A little bit of tactics there from Pruski. He's allowed the Bad Doc to get out in front of him and
here we
possibly
go.
provide a tow. Yeah,
A little bit
Waited
of
for him to get past.
gamesmanship there.
yep.
We got Betty in P4. That's a good job from Betty. Spent last weekend driving around here in a Mercedes-Benz and did an awesome job too. So big shout out to Betty, as he runs a little bit wide there.
Well, that's a great start for Betty.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He's put in some serious time on this track, of course, as you're saying, having run the AGTA group, and looks like he's got himself into a bit of a rhythm around Brands.
Yeah, he's doing really well. The extra track time will certainly help. Alright, so here we go. Lockwood, he's up. 1/10 up. This will be his second to last flying lap, I reckon. So we're going to keep an eye on him here. In the PVS car for Ragged Edge. And he's still up as he heads through Surtees now. Down Pilgrim's Drop, heading into Hawthorns. He's still up. Around there, 170 kilometres an hour. Into Westfield.
VF has put in a real quick lap, only a 10th behind, nearly 2 tenths behind Lockwood there in the second spot, putting Altus in the main game.
A little bit wide there through Sheen. Back on track though for Sterling's, and he's still up as he heads down Clearways into Clark Curve. This is going to be a good lap. Should put him in the very low 22s. 22.3. There we go. Pulls out another couple of tenths there. So VF stuck behind FSL Death. So P2, good job from the Altus boys.
Yeah. Well, Lockwood's announcing himself, isn't he? He's telling the rest of the boys here, I've got you covered.
Yeah.
Put your best foot forward, but I've got you covered. He's almost got a half second on the field here.
So we got the Bad Doctor in third.
And the news gets worse for the rest of the field here. Lockwood's 2 tenths already under in the first sector. And 2 tenths down through the second sector.
Wow, and he's another 2.5 up as well here. So this could be his last lap. He's absolutely flying in that Ragged Edge Porsche. Oh no, he's lost it! He's lost it! Oh no, through sheet curve, that's absolutely ruined his lap. Oh, he'll be absolutely dirty with that. Pushed too hard.
For Pruski here, Pruski's on an absolute flyer. He's showing purple sectors
there we go.
at the moment.
Checking in with Pruski now. Through Sheen.
Getting a bit of a tow here from the good.
Oh, he's up by 2.5 tenths. The Bad Doc's got a nice little tow there from the Bad Doctor. This is going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. This is his final lap. He's got. Oh, you're not going to be able to wipe the smile off his face if he gets it.
There was a bit of an error going through the second last corner there, which I think may have cost him. Let's see where he ends up.
Oh, he does it!
Boom,
look at that!
Done it.
By the skin of his teeth too. Instead of 122.3. Wow. Go, Mr. Whitehips. Well done. So Lockwood's going to end up. P2. We got the Bad Doctor in third. VF's going to wind up fourth. He was looking good there for a front row start for a little while. Betty settles into fifth. Bad Doctor in sixth. It's mid-pack. That's about where he usually qualifies, so he'll be happy with that. Filthy's just finishing his last flying lap now. We'll see what this does. Puts him up to fifth.
Nice.
Wow, nice. 22.9 there for Filthy. You'll be happy with that.
Absolutely. Well, just when I was going to, I was thinking, it's the status quo for qualifying. Pruski's turned it on its head.
Absolutely.
Shoved it in the pole. Well done.
Alright, so Landwell finishes in 8th. The Moff in 9th. It's about where he normally starts too, the Moff, so I don't know if he'll be happy, but he should go alright. Alright, here we go. FYRC Super Cup. Round 4, Brent Group B. see what the boys can do. Five lights, and we are racing. So Priestley gets off the line well. Lockwood's going to drag around the outside. No, he's not. He's going to fall in. So Priestley goes into Paddock Hill in first place, and he's already got himself a little bit of a lead too. Oh boy!
Bit of
The bad
together at the back of the field.
All right, let's see.
The Ronin car, Landwell's got turned around.
Let's have a look
Oh.
here.
Oh, like us as well.
There he is. It's his hell death.
Oh, jeez, another one.
Oh, they're all in the wall. What's
We got a
going
bit of
on?
carnage at the back of the field here.
So we got Landwell. Let's have a look. And he managed to squeak through it all. Oh, there's cars off everywhere. Betty's gone. Filthy's gone. Look at the damage on these cars. Subaru's gone. Look at them all. Ooh, not a good start from the bottom half of the field. So we head up the front now. Priesky's got 1.4 seconds on the field, and he hasn't even done a lap yet. He is flying. He's got the brightest car in pit lane, and he is putting it to work. Big time. So Lockwood's in third, back Doctor's in second. Look, he's pushed his way up to fourth place already too, just by the way.
Yeah,
The man himself.
Another big winner. Cool Pro's managed to find himself all the way up into fifth, with the Moff in sixth.
And the Moff,
there's those two.
he started, where did they start at 10th? Moff started 10th or 9th, so he's had a huge win.
Oh, another off again. SSL Death.
SSL
Coming off
Death
turn
again.
one.
Let's have a look. Not that far, mate. Good lord. We'll have a look here. Oh, yeah. Probably
Just that
hit
typical
the sand.
sort of, yeah, drifted out wide off the back of turn one.
Yeah. So Priesky's Bad Doctor's keeping that gap to about 1.3 seconds. He's even put a little gap on Lockwood too, which is a surprise as Lockwood runs wide through Hawthorns. Looks like the good Doctor followed him around as well. So the top 4 or 5, 6 cars are spread out really, well, the top floor definitely spread out quite well. We've got Corpro and the Moff here, 5th and 6th. Moff will be loving this. Just needs to sit in behind the Jandal car there and just follow him around for a little while. I think that'll be his best option.
It's quite interesting. You go from practice where you really turn into a bit of a robot on this track and just do lap after lap after lap and start to push a bit harder. But as soon as it's in a race and the pressure of the race is on you, you can't help but just think things through twice. And I'm just seeing guys making basic mistakes that they haven't made it all through practice, and that's just second guessing braking points, and it's showing on the lap times.
Yeah, that's right. We got Supra here up at Druids for 9th place. We got Lardas all over SSL Death as well. This will be the World Championship for 9th place down here. SSL Death has another look. Oh, big push there. And he's turned Subaru around. That is not going to look very good in the eyes of the boys in the office there. And he's carried on as well. So, oh dear. We'll leave that one to the boys that beat. Head back up the front now. Prisky's got nearly 2 seconds on the Bad Doctor now.
It's quite interesting to see the top 4 have really spread, the top 5 have spread, the top 6 have spread themselves right out.
Yeah.
But there'll be some happy campers in there. The good Doctor sitting in 4th, and none happier than Prusky obviously, but
No.
good Doctor in some nice clean air and just a chance to drop into a rhythm. Start thinking about that first compulsory pit stop obviously.
Yeah, well, he's got all the space in the world around him too, doesn't he? He'll be loving life in that car at the moment. We're checking with the Moff now. P6. Corpro runs wide. Out of Druids. And the Moff just lets him slip back in. You're too nice, mate. You're too nice. It's with Lamwell here in the Ronin car. Not all that confident this week. Hasn't really had the time to practice, but he'll be happy with 7th place at the moment. He's really not doing a bad job at all. Filthy there.
Now the key tactic, I think, for the guys here in the pit stop is going to be whether they take fuel or not. Obviously, tyres will be a given, but some of these guys might be required to take in a little bit of fuel. I'm looking at guys like Landwell, the Bad Doctor. Who else is there? Yeah, Landwell in particular has used a lot more fuel than everybody else there. He might be needing a bit of fuel in his pit stop too, and that's going to make all the difference coming out of pits, whether they're able to gain position or lose positions.
Yeah, right. What's the oh, we won't go there just yet. We'll wait till they pitted. So Prusky, he's just extending the gap, and the Bad Doctor's starting to come under pressure from Lockwood here. The Bad Doctor runs wide at Paddock Hill. Druid, sorry. Down through Graham Hill now. He's catching him. They head through Surtees now, through down the straight to Pilgrim's Drop. Lockwood will be sitting there in the draft, just thinking about where he's going to make his move. So they come through Hawthorns now. Westfield down at the Dingledale. Lost a little bit of time there through Westfield. Through Sheen now, down into Sterling's Bend. He's keeping the pressure on. He's doing a good job there in 3rd. Way a bit liking what he's seeing out in front. He's used to being the one pulling away from the field though, isn't he?
Yeah, he's showing him a clean pair of heels. Just having a look back through the field here, VR, poor fella, he qualified in the top 4, I'm pretty sure. And currently sitting in 12th there, and the Altus car's showing a fair bit of wear and tear. He's obviously come across some issues in those early laps, and it's completely destroyed his race there.
I think he was the victim of the turn 1 of the lap 1 melee that saw just about half the field facing the fence. Really,
I'm not sure if it was self-inflicted or not, but yeah. It's damage mainly to the front end of his car, not much to the rear of the car, but yeah, it's a shame.
We got Betty here in 9th for Frontier. Not really where he'd want to be, I wouldn't have thought. But he's got plenty of clear air around him, so chance to knuckle down and get some times in. We've got Filthy in 8th. Of course, with Dubbo heavy towing there. Part of the CP conglomerate.
He's pulling ground on Landwell. He's probably picked up a good 2.5 seconds in the last lap.
Wow. So he's making huge time. The Moff isn't that far up the road either. So Filthy,
You'd
be thinking
almost
if
wonder if he'd be... Yeah, if he comes in early. I was just thinking that too, mate.
We'll jump the field here.
Yeah, he's decided to go on though. I would have considered maybe coming in a lap earlier and jumped them through the pits.
Oh, Corpro's wide through Paddock Hill. Manages to save it though. A nice little bit of car control there. Yeah, well if the other 3 don't pit this lap and Filthy comes in, he might actually jump all 3 of them.
Sometimes, you go into a race with a set strategy and it's just so difficult to start playing with that. You always tell yourself you want to be flexible with it, but it's not an easy thing to do mid-race. And sometimes you just stick to the plan and it costs you.
That's right. Always got to have 2 strategies, the one on the piece of paper and the one in your head as this race is going on.
Absolutely.
So yeah, Bad Doctor and Lockwood there.
Well, they've whittled down Prusky's lead a tad here, mate. It's, I don't know, he's
Yeah.
got a lot of time. I think he may have had a bit of an issue at some point. It's down at under 2.5 seconds and coming down still.
Wow.
In the pits, leaders in the pits.
Alright, so Lockwood's in, Prusky's in. Sorry, Bad Doctor is in.
Yeah, I think Lockwood's done the extra lap.
Yeah, Good Doctor's in as well. Core Pro's in. The Moth came in as well. So Prusky's out. Oh, you got Tail Happy coming down Paddock Hill there. That was a beautiful little piece of car control. So he might have put some fuel in his car too, because I think the Bad Doctor's closed the gap quite a lot. Keep an eye on Lockwood here.
Yeah, Prusky had a 2.3 second lead going into that pit stop, and now Lockwood will be wanting to sort of, if possible, narrow that right down.
Yeah, it might be a good chance to get a couple of qualifiers in before he pits as well, with no one around him. Lovely through there. Up into Sheen now. Yeah, I think he's enjoying life a lot more without the burden of having people around him. Alright, we'll have a look and see if he's going to come in now. I think he's in. Yeah, he's in. So Prusky's just heading into Clark Curve now. He's got the Bad Doctor behind him. So the Bad Doctor's definitely made time up.
Oh, he's on the move, but I think he's lost out here.
Yeah,
he has.
Yeah, I think he has too. I think he might have had to put a little bit of fuel on that car, but the Bad Doctor, he's made up a whole heap of time here on Prusky. Prusky's not going to like this very much at all. Just over halfway done now. Prusky's pushing hard here. He's really wants to get around him. Of course, these two both Tasmanians as well, so pride of the state on the line as well. Here he is now, getting right up, tucking right in underneath that great big rear wing on the back of that GT3 car. So headed down Dingle Dangle now, up into Sheen. This is going to be a great little battle, this one, I feel. Riding on board now with the Bad Doctor as he goes through Sterling's now down into Clark. So Prusky's a little bit sideways there.
It's a well-known fact, and our viewers will know that, and they're probably waiting for us to say it, but Prusky is, and I've raced against Prusky a fair bit, he is a difficult man to pass, and it's not the wide hips, he's just got perfect placement of the car when he's in front. He knows how to place the car in a spot where he's got you guessing which way to go the whole time, and he's a master at it. So at this stage I reckon Bad Doctor's best bet is to just apply pressure. Be close like he's doing here and hope for Prusky to make a mistake, because if he tries something crazy it's going to cost them both.
I tell you what, the man who is liking what he's seeing in front of him at the moment is Lockwood in third place. He is chunking time out of these two. He is flying. As he comes into Hawthorns now, the gap's under his second now to the leader. The Bad Doctor's having another look at Prusky here. This could be a 3-car battle for the lead. So now look at them. They're all within really, half a second of each other, really. Bad Doctor a little bit wide out of Sterling's there. Cost him a little bit of time. Looking for a good run onto the main straight here, so Lockwood can't really catch him. Just lost a little bit of ground to Prusky as well.
Good Doctor in fourth. Has had a bit of a lonely race, but it's a solid banking of points, and he'll be doing nothing to risk that.
That's right.
And once again, the guy we mentioned pre-race, Cool Pro, you know, he said doesn't get much air time, but there he is again, sitting in fifth, banking points. But all the main players are up the front.
That's right, they are. And we've got the Moff here in sixth as well. That'll be his best result he's had for a while too. So big shout out to the Moff. We've got Betty there in seventh. He's probably getting sick of seeing the place, to be honest. So Filthy's managed to get around SSL Death as well, so he's an 8th. With SSL Death and VF here for the World Championship of 9th place again. Oh, another touch. VF does not want to give up.
Lockwood starting to apply the blowtorch on the back of the Bad Doctor's car.
Alright, let's jump up and have a look.
Pruski to sneak away. He's up over a second.
Yeah. So the Bad Doctor's starting to feel the heat from behind now. Let's let this man here out in front. The pinkest looking car on the grid. Lockwood set the fastest lap too with the 22.7, by the way. So they head into... Oh, he's having a look! Ooh, just put the nose out there a little bit.
I don't know if it'll be having an effect yet. The tyre wear is not severe, but of the 3 front drivers, the Bad Doc is on the most worn tyres. He's also carrying the least amount of fuel.
Wow.
I'm not sure if he's concerned about fuel and if he's short shifting at all, but he's definitely fallen off the back of Pruski and fallen under pressure.
Oh, here we go. Lockwood's having a big look at him now through Hawthorns. He can't hang around anymore. He's got to start forcing the issue now as they head into Westfield. He's got to start forcing the issue now. The Bad Doctor runs a little bit wide. Lockwood's got to start applying the blowtorch now. He's got 3.5 minutes to go, and he can see his victory just driving away from him at the moment.
Well, we got 1 and 2 in the championship here, and you know this is an opportunity if the Bad Doctor can do it, is to close the gap and keep the championship alive.
That's right. You've got 3rd place in the championship and 4th too, really. So got one Tasmanian, ruined it for the other Tasmanian and the rest of them. Got 3 Tasmanians in the top 4 too, just by the way. Oh no. Ooh. I've heard tyres squealing. I thought that was our man in the lead. Keep an eye on the Lockwood here though. He's desperate to get past. He's got to get a good run out of Surtees so he can get a nice, good drive out of Surtees. Runs wide there. Here he comes.
Yeah, no, the Bad Doc's short shifting. He could have a fuel issue here.
Well, yeah. He positions that car exactly where it needs to be, though.
This is where Lockwood wants to get a good run. Wants to get a good run out of this upcoming left-hander. Then into turn 1 and see if he can't shove it up the inside.
There
He's close enough.
Having a look. Just breaks that little bit too early for Sterling's here, and the Bad Doctor's really good
better
down
speed
there.
though. Is he going to go? No, not close enough.
Meanwhile, Preski's 2.5 seconds up the road.
Oh, he's gone.
Oh, he's having a look here. He's having a look. He's got to get it done. He's got to get it done.
He's got it in there.
Yes. He got it in there. I don't know if they touched it or not, though, but he got it in there.
Couldn't tell if
the Bad Doctor's not going to be too happy about that.
Or if the Bad Doctor just out-braked himself there. I'm not sure, but...
Oh, no, he's redressing. Lockwood's redressing this. Oh, I didn't think there was a touch there, but... Oh, that's great sportsmanship there from Lockwood.
It is.
That's awesome to see.
Well, this may have played into a Bad Doctor's hands here, because that loss of time there may shorten this race by a lap for these two.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think they'll get around again before the time goes up, so this will probably be the last lap, I would think.
If not, then he would have been in fuel trouble for sure.
So Pruski's going to wrap this one up. He's 7 seconds up the road. He's going to be absolutely over the moon. I saw his pre-race dance video, and if that's anything to go by, then we are going to be seeing a lot of probably not so child-appropriate things from this bloke. But here he is.
Well done, Pruski.
Group B. Well done, Pruski.
great drive.
Well
mate.
done, Obsession Motorsport.
Oh, he's got the other
Oh
one.
no, you got
He's made the
through.
lap time.
You've got one more to go. These two have got one more left to go as well. Wow,
Are they gonna
wow. Jeez, they did make it. We stuffed this
Oh.
up big time. So Lockwood has to get the bad doctor here. What's the bad doctor like on fuel?
Mate, he's in a lot of bother.
Oh,
He's
is
in
he?
a lot of bother. Yeah. Look,
So
he
the
can do it,
bad
but
doctor.
I don't think he can do it and keep Lockwood behind. Put it that way.
All right. So Lockwood has to go now. Here he is, having a look at Surtees. Oh, he's just got to get it done. He's got no idea what's going on in that Blacklight car too.
And he's got to be a little bit apprehensive after what just happened. You know, he's tried
Yeah,
getting
that's
past
true.
once, and
Here they come now through Hawthorns.
good
A
doctor
little bit of
secured
stage
fourth.
fright setting in. Yeah, a little bit of stage fright there from Lockwood, I think now.
Yeah.
He's either going to line him up at Clark or he's just going to let him have it. He's starting to get close now.
He's out.
Into
He's
Sterling's.
out. I think he's literally out of fuel. Yep.
There it is.
Done.
So the bad doctor has run out of fuel on the last lap. Lockwood's going to
Last
pick up
corner.
second place on the last corner of the last lap. Pruski takes the win. We missed that, unfortunately, but I didn't want to take the camera away from this. The bad doctor has run out of fuel. Wow.
We gave Pruski his congratulations a lap early anyway, so
Well, we did
we
too.
kind of covered
Yeah.
it.
So, yeah, well done, Pruski. Hard luck story has to go to the bad doctor, though. Lockwood ends up in second. Good result there from Lockwood. We'll grab that one. Right, checking the race results now. So Pruski takes the victory. He's got the brightest coloured helmet in the field as well. Lockwood will take second. The bad doctor running out of fuel will take third. The bad doctor's fourth. Corpora will take home fifth. The Moth is in sixth, which will be one of his best finishes of the season so far. Betty in seventh. Filthy in eighth. That'll be one of his best results too so far, I think. SSL Death in ninth. I'm going to put a question mark on that. I don't think he'll keep that for very long. We've got VF in 10th for Altus. We've got Landwell in 11th, Faster Jet in 12th, Lardas in 13th, and rounding out the field is Subaru in 14th. And the fastest lap did go to Lockwood on lap 10, which was a 122.7. Boy, oh boy.
That was entertaining. Pruski coming and joining this group is going to bring things alive, I think. We've got a championship on our hands.
All right, let's have a look. Driver of the day, Pruski. Driver of the day, Pruski. Driver of the day, Lockwood and Pruski. The Moth finished P2 at Laguna Seca. Well, there you go. Makes a liar out of me as well, doesn't it? The captain says, well done, Pruski. And yeah, boy, Lockwood. Yes, well done. All right, so I think we will leave the FYRC guys there. And while we're switching over, the team's points after round 3. So, of course, in the S1 GT, we got Logitech on top, as you would expect. Ragged Edge in second place. I think our friend Troy's the pretty good reason for that, and of course Lockwood as well. No, Lockwood's in FYRC, isn't he? So we got Counterpunch in third, and Powerhouse in fourth, and Cornerstone in fifth. So both the CP teams are in the top 5. And as we head over to FYRC, we got Counterpunch in first, Dynamite second, Ragged Edge third, we got Logitech in fourth, Frontier in fifth. I think Blacklight had a pretty good round this round, so they might jump a couple of spots in the team's champs points as well. So definitely driver of the day, Pruski there.
Driver of the day for mine too, mate. I'm going to leave you with
Yeah,
it. As you jump over to the other
absolutely.
room. Thanks again. And
Thank you very much.
We'll do it again soon. Thanks, mate.
All right, cool. Thank you. And rejoining me in the box is Mr. Troy Big Guns. How are you? Or maybe not yet. He's made a liar out of me, ladies and gentlemen.
How's
There
that?
he is. There's better.
Oh, the mute button didn't want to come off. Yeah, just watching a little bit of the stream there myself. Good to see Pruski get a win.
Yeah, White Hips certainly showed them how it's done tonight.
And young fella Lockwood bringing it up for Ragged Edge in second.
Yeah, he did all right. Huge thanks on behalf of Ragged Edge Racing to the Bad Doctor for running out of fuel and Blacklight Motorsport. But yeah, no, I think if the Bad Doctor didn't have his fuel issues, it would have been a really good race. So we got who have we got here? Driver of the day, Rob Rickard for Preski. We got the Womblenator Preski driver of the day. I think driver of the day is pretty much wrapped up. Yes, I dare say keep an eye on the Sector 1 Facebook page tonight. I dare say there'll be a little bit of action on there.
We are ready to go.
Alright, cool.
And race start is underway.
Awesome. Okay. So we'll jump to the track a little bit. Let's get podiums, guys, before we jump in. Who have we got here? Marcus is Bad Doctor's having a laugh. Good on him. So podiums, guys. Who have you got tonight, Troy?
Oh, look, it's going to be hard to go past Snicko off his last performance.
Yeah, agree.
Also, as far back as Ghost might be, he's not one to leave out of this round. So
P9, wow.
I'm going to say Snicko, Captain Dan.
Oh, wow, Dan. Wow, that's a big... Yeah, I like that.
Something different.
Yeah. I'm going to go... I'm going to go Berry. And I'm going to go Schnicko. And I'm going to go Clint. And I think Clint will have a mirror full of DJ Brain for fourth. How's about that?
I think it's Dan's time to come up to the front. So for me, he's going to be one to watch out for.
All right. So we jump track now in the beautiful looking shakedown Mercedes-Benz safety car driven by S1 Sim Racing's third best safety car driver. I think it's fair to say. Big shout out to Shakedown for jumping on the safety car this year. If you want to go and check them out, they're on Facebook. Just search Shakedown Racing on Facebook, and Brad and the team do a good job down there.
I haven't crashed it yet.
No, you're doing well, mate. You're doing well. Keep going. So we look back at the field now. We got the BMW M6 front row. So head through Sheen now. Just about getting ready now. Boys will start gritting up down clearways. Jump on board now with Barry. Very nice. Boys are all bunched up nice and tight. Captain there in third, just pulling out a little bit, letting them know he's there. Alright, here we go. Of course, the S1 GT boys have to go over their grid spots. 80 k's an hour. The pole sitter is the leader of the race, of course, and he gets to say when. So as they come across the line, and we are racing. So Barry gets away. Schnicko's had a terrible start. The captain's got around him. Oh, and they're 3 wide into turn 1. Oh, Captain's gone! Captain's gone! Oh no, what's happened there? Oh, let's see if we can catch that on a replay. We just got to find him. Here he is. let's have a look and see what happened here. It's not going to show me now.
That is not the start he wanted, that is for sure.
Oh, he will be absolutely... I'm pretty sure he got a hand, to be fair. So that'll be an interesting one from the steward's office. So we pick up Dan here at 4th. He's got D in front of him. The front two are status quo. We got Clint in 5th. He's got a mirror full of Lucky's lawn care Jaguar. As they head through Westfield now. Jeez, what a start. I feel sorry for the captain. So Ghost has made a spot up as well. Hardy Hardsoft's in 7th place. So there's an Aussie Hampton sandwich around that Jag. They'll be loving life there. We've got DJ Brain in 9th. Mr. Brent in 10th. Ronan Boys sitting there, line of stern. We've got NASCAR in 11th. Dadson in 12th. Mo in 13th. And the captain with a pretty bent up front end on the GDR. He's just heading around Clark's to complete his first lap. But up the front now. And Barry's got 1.1 seconds on Schnicko already. So good start there from Barry in the Obsession BMW.
Yeah, your first couple of laps, if you're Barry right now, you're kind of pushing to get a bit of a gap so they can't jump onto your toe, but you don't want to wreck them tyres and wreck your car for the stint either.
No, and you want to sort of keep a little bit of an eye on the fuel as well. So I dare say the one stop will be the way to go this week. Today, I've heard a few guys saying that they're only going to be doing one stop, so it'll be interesting to see if anyone breaks the trend anyway.
Yeah, well, you get to kind of watch Group A do the first round, see how they're travelling, and then you can gist off that.
Oh, Ghost has had enough. Where's that? That's it. Hawthorns just ran wide there. Mr. Brent said thank you very much. Of course, our man Mr. Brent's hatch doesn't like having our mate from Ronin Controls racing in front of him for some reason. So
Snicko's got Barry.
Snicko's got Barry. We missed that. We'll see if we can catch that. There he comes inside at Paddock Hill. I think Barry just let him go. He must have had an issue coming onto the front straight. So status quo at the front is what we've seen for the last 6 weeks now, really, isn't it?
Yeah, you don't want Snicko getting that early lead anyway, because you know he's good for the entire race.
That's right. So we got D in 3rd for Counterpunch. That's a good solid start there from D and the Corvette. Of course, part of the CP Racing conglomerate, had a victory last week in the hands of Brocky.
Dan up in 4th. Dan's going to be loving that after I don't think he had a very good race at the Laguna Seca.
No, so he'll be loving life there in the Black Dynamite car there.
Sorry, I will take that back. Suzuka.
Oh yeah, we all love to forget about Suzuka, so that's alright. So we got Lucky here in 6th place, and he's all over the back of that beautiful looking Aston Martin. I'm going to take it off the camera. I'm in trouble. Here we go now, Lucky. He's all over him into paddock. Oh, just a little bit wide there on the apex. Hardsoft's got a mirror full of DJ Brain. He's going for it. So DJ up to 7th in the Supra. That's a great start from DJ. As Hardsoft has a look, decides against it there. So we'll keep an eye on that in the background. And Ghost hasn't got around Mr. Brent yet either. So the Supras are doing alright here tonight, which is good to see, personally as well.
NASCAR just struggling a little bit at the back of the packs in all these races, and it's kind of weird to see him back that far. He's always been one to sit up the front.
Yeah, he's because even when I was racing with him last season, he sort of didn't have his qualifying probably wasn't the best, but he was really good at picking through the field, and he'd always end up in the top half of the field. So he probably is a bit further back than when he wants to be, but we'll see where he ends up, because he's pretty good at moving through the field anyway.
And Mo's another one that I remember seeing him in the Mustangs in the John Goss special livery, and he was always one to fight for the top 3, and now it's struggling to stay with the pack.
Yeah, I think Mighty Mo has not had the best of seasons in the AMG car. I think it's fair to say there. The Blacklight, of course. But at least he's out there, he's having a crack, so that's the main thing, I guess.
Mo's also one of the stewards. It could come down to how much practice you get as well. I know the stewarding takes up a fair bit of time.
Yeah, and they do a really good job too, so shout out to all the stewards. I believe you were involved in that as well, Troy?
Yes, I'll be looking after FYRC tonight.
Alright, so Barry's caught back up to the back of Snicko here, so the BMW's looking good out the front, that's for sure. Still got D in third.
The BMW's just look at home on this track, they're just so poised.
Oh yeah. It's like they're on rails, isn't it? Neither of them have put a foot wrong all day. And we know Barry's super quick.
Well, just early indicators of tyre wear. Snicko is using more tyre than Berry.
Wow.
On the left-hand side of the car, so our passenger side of the car, I guess you'd say, their driver's side.
Yeah. Well, a little bit wide there from Snicko. He's got to stay off that grass. I tell you what, these two have just left D in third place as well. They're 2 seconds down the road. D's got a mirror full of Aston Martin at the moment. Dan the Man running wide though at Surtees. Clint and Lucky is starting to catch up onto the back of Dan the Man as well. So these two have sort of settled down a little bit, decided they're going to work together for the greater good.
Well, Clint is always the one to watch come for your what do you call it, strategy.
Yeah. Oh, who was that? That was DJ Brent. That was a massive slide. Let's see if we can catch that on a replay. That was huge. Oh, have a look at it. That was an awesome piece of car control. Wow. Well done, DJ.
His car seems to be getting faster each lap as well. He's in the very low 22s at the moment.
Yeah, no, he's of course been one of these lucky chaps that's had an upgrade in the hardware department this week. So, and I was speaking to him today. He's really, really happy with it. So he'll definitely be one to watch. That's for sure. So keeping an eye on the battle up front here. Barry's sort of drifted off the back of Snicko a little bit here. It's only half a second up the road though.
Snicko just knows how to fuel save just that little bit better. He's just using a bit less fuel. Berry's probably a little bit better on tyres, but they're trading blows for blows just for tyre wear and fuel at the moment.
Yeah. Which is what you'd expect really, isn't it, from the BMWs? I mean, let's be honest. So we got Dan the Man here in fourth. He's all over D at the moment, sort of keeping him honest there. I think D might end up being a cork in the bottle here pretty soon, as he's run wide through Paddock Hill. Might be a sign that the tyres are starting to go. Completed 9 laps now, so boys will be starting to think about their pit stops, I dare say.
It's good to see Lucky right up the front of the field too. Them Jaguars haven't had a good start to the season, and we're halfway through it.
Yeah, well that's true. They always seem to start well though, and then something happens towards the end of the race and they sort of just fall off the back, which is unfortunate. But he's certainly got some good company in front of him, and he's not backing down. So we've got DJ here in 7th as well. This is a good result from him. Of course, he started the season in Group A, and well, it was basically a straight swap for you, really, wasn't it? In the end, funnily enough. So, but I think he's much more suited to be in Group B. He's a lot happier down here, so it's showing in his drive tonight, which is good.
I think we might be seeing a little bit of Berry just fuel saving a little bit, maybe behind Snicko, keeping the car under control, just making sure he's got that little bit of edge for when it comes to the end of the race.
It loves to have. He's just a little look in the mirror there. It's very Craig Lowndes-like, isn't he? Little look in the mirror there as he's braking.
There's not a great deal happening at the moment. Everyone just seems to be sitting one behind another.
So we do apologise if we're not being very energetic, but there's really not much going on. We'll head down the back. Well, it's a bit quiet up the front. Mighty Mo's in 12th. He's got a very, very angry captain all over him, and NASCAR's dropped down to 14th. So I don't know what's happened there, but boy, I tell you what, the painter's going to be loving you blokes on Monday. That thing of captains does not look very nice at all. We'll head up. Here he is now, Mr. I haven't lost a race at Brands Hatch. Currently P9. He's got a little bit of work to do, but he did say he wasn't all that confident, but he liked his race car more than he liked his qualifying car. So with a bit of luck, our man Mr. Golden Microphone will climb up a couple of positions anyway. But there he is in 9th, just rolling around, looking after the car.
D's just starting to fall behind. The front two have now got a 4-second gap. They're kind of leaving the field, and D might be even holding up a bit of a pack there.
Yeah, definitely. It definitely looks like he's starting to hold the train up a little bit there as well.
But no one's kind of taking the plunge. They all just want to stick there. They're probably waiting for the first lot of pit stops to happen, and then they'll start gunning for positions.
Yeah. The thing about that is that you don't want to let those BMWs get too far in front, or else it'll be a race for the 3rd spot on the podium, because those other two will just burn you alive. So we got DJ here. He's all over Lucky for 6th place. Wow, how's this? The Supra is on fire tonight. So Lucky's dropped off the back of Clint. He's a little bit wide there. He's got a very, very fast man in a Supra right behind him, putting a lot of pressure on. As they head into Clark Curve now.
Yeah, DJ's tyres look a hell of a lot better than Lucky's. So Lucky's used a lot of tyre to keep up with the back of Clint. Just starting to show that he's dropping off
now. He's slip sliding around everywhere. Well, Clint's having a look at Dan as well. It's all going on here mid-pack. It's about time. It's starting to light up here. The boys have decided let's not worry about what we've got in front of us. We've just got to try and make our way to the front if we can. Dan runs wide. Clint goes in there. Little touch. Clint's on the outside. Down to Pilgrims. It'll be a drag race. Lucky's in on this now as well. Here we go, side by side, heading into Hawthorns. Side by side through Hawthorns. Dan the man gets the job done. Lucky's having a look. Oh, don't do it there, boys, please. That'll end in tears. So they all sort themselves out eventually. And it's the status quo, so... Oh, Mo's not happy either down there. 12. See if we can catch that on a replay. Nope. Alright, head back up the front now. Let's check out with this battle here. So Clint now is all over Dan and DJ is all over Lucky. Clint, I think he wants to get past now. I think he's had enough of sitting there looking at the tail lights of that Aston Martin and he just wants to get on with it.
It was only a lap ago that D was holding these pack up, and I think whatever's happened has let D get a bit of a break.
Yeah. Yeah, D's
Probably
miles up the road now, isn't he?
probably a bit of fresh air for D, because would have been a bit of intense racing when you got a pack following you.
So Clint now, he is really pushing hard on Dan here. He really wants to get past him. And I don't think it'll take much for the other two to slip in as well. So Dan's fighting for survival here. Clint's got the knife out, ready to attack. Oh, Dan's run wide. There we go. There's the pop. They all get around them there. Dan the man running wide at Hawthorns. It was only a matter of time.
Oh, Barry's going outside. He's going for the crisscross.
Let's have a look here. Barry up the front.
Just on the nose. I think we're seeing Barry just sit behind here. I think he's got the pace for sure. He's just sitting behind Snicko and going to put the pressure on in the last few laps.
He's having the time of his life in that car. I can absolutely guarantee you of that. He will be loving life. He's got no one else around him except the bloke who's slower than him, and he's just sitting there saving fuel and letting the car do its job.
This would be a perfect round for Obsession Motorsport.
Oh, you don't need to have that big of a look though, mate. Oh, Sticko's run wide. He's going to have a look at Hawthorns. Oh, he's having a look. There's a touch. Slicko runs wide. The barrier slows up, lets him back through. Wow, there's a show of force there. It has to be said.
We're coming up we're just past the halfway point, so we might see him start to pit in the next lap or two.
So Snicko put the flashes on there just to say thanks. Good sportsmanship there from Barry. But I definitely think he's got the faster car.
It's kind of hard to tell with Snicko because he might be just running to a number. D's in,
so
D's
D's
a hell of a lot of fuel.
So that puts Clint up to third as well. Lucky up to fourth. DJ's in fifth.
So a quick tyre and fuel update just before they go to pit.
Yes, please.
Clint is better off on fuel than Barry and Snicko, so we could still see the gap close up to the start. Clint is just under quarter of a tank, and Barry and Snicko are on the red light.
Wow. Alright, so before you get into it, DJ's having a look at Lucky here at Hawthorns. Had a big look. He's having another one, gets right up under the back spoiler of that Jag. I think DJ's ready to go as well. It's not going to be as easy to get past Lucky though. That Jag's definitely got some pace underneath it. Oh, he got a good run out of Sterling's there.
I think we're going to see the Jag pit. He's on the red light. So is DJ. They're both running on
DJ's in.
Oh, Lucky
DJ's
goes
in.
Again.
Barry's in as well. Snicko's in. So the leaders have pitted. And Clint and Lucky are still going. Wow. So how much fuel has Clint got left?
Clint is still, he's got an eighth of a tank left. He's still got the white indicators showing. Lucky, I don't even know if he's going to make it around the lap. He's on the red light before the lap started.
So Sticko and Barry came out line the stern in third and fourth. D's up into fifth now, so that's basically first through third, isn't it? DJ's up into sixth, but Clint and Lucky haven't pitted yet, so We'll keep an eye on this.
Lucky's all over the back of the Clint, so he's going to be just trying to make the most of this lap before he has to pit.
Yeah, very, very brave from Lucky there. Good Doc. I would have probably come in that lap, but what do I know? I'm just a silly commentator. There we go. Now as they head into clearways. So Clint might stay out again, I reckon, if he's not on the light yet. Lucky's definitely coming in. They're both in. So there we go. That answers that question. So that will cleanse the field. And that'll resume this battle here with the two M6s up the front.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where they come out because they're a lot further up around the racetrack than I thought they would have been.
Yeah. So the first two are through. D's through. Let's see where they come out. Clint's gonna pop. Yeah, they pop out basically where they were. So the top five are basically where they were, and this battle here with DJ and Lucky is going to resume. I think DJ's got to get onto with it. Take a little while for those tyres on that Jag to warm up a little bit, so he'll be hungry.
Yeah, I would have thought Clint would have gained a little bit more of an advantage of having the better fuel save, but didn't seem to gain too much.
No, well, if anything, he's lost time a little bit there, hasn't he? To D, anyway. So it'll be interesting to see how hard he pushes it. Now, what are we? 15 minutes to go. Here we go with Dadson in 9th for Black Dynamite. Dadson standing in for Matty tonight. So good job there from Dad.
Got a little bit of a battle happening behind Mo at the moment. There's a 5-car snake happening.
Yeah. Poor Mo's in 8th spot. He's holding the field up a little bit here though. Big shout out to Mo though.
He's doing well, but he's...
Oh, Dadson's having a look around. Oh, he's very... He hasn't pitted yet, has he?
Pitted yet, yeah.
Wow! Gee, this is getting a bit ruthless here. Ghost is getting savaged by Hard Soft. Where the hell did that come from? Mr. Brent's having a look at this as well. Gee, that was... Oh, I think Hard Soft had to use a fair bit of grass to get that one done, but we'll move on because I think Mo's definitely holding these guys up. Dadson's having a look, so Mo's covering, so he's definitely struggling in that car.
Barry and Snicko just same positions.
Little touch there from Ghost on Hard Soft. Dadson's run wide. Oh, she's getting a bit willing down here. Hard Soft's gotten around Dadson. Whew. So Hard Soft. Wow, he got pushed in the rear from the Corvette and it sent him up past Dan the Man. So here we go now. Mo's pitting. Mo's pitting. He's got the blinker on. So that'll sort those guys out with a bit of luck. So Dan the Man's had a shocker. No, he hasn't.
This might not be a bad thing from Mo. He's gone the extra laps. Could get out ahead of this pack that he's battling with at the moment. I think he's gone too.
Wow.
No, he's not.
No, he's not.
Take that back.
So Ghost tearing 9th.
Thought the pit stops were a bit longer than that.
Ghost in 9th. He's all over Hard Soft there. He's having a big look at Hard Soft down Pilgrim's Drop in the Hawthorns. It's on the outside, but that Corvette is just driven right around the outside of that Aston Martin. Wow. That thing's got some power in it today. So we got Hard Soft in 9th there. Mr. Brent's getting harassed by Dadson in 11th. Geez, they always play for world championships down here, don't they? The front 5 or 6 are so well mannered, but these guys, man.
Yeah, they're not shy of rubbing some paddles.
No.
Captain looks like he's just kind of slowly coming up on the back of NASCAR, so by the end of the race we might see him up a few more spots.
Here he is. So NASCAR's in 12th. That's a surprising one. I would have thought he would have been a little bit more further up the field than that. Car looks pretty straight too, so yeah, I don't know what's going on there. The Corvette did hear that the Corvette did seem to struggle a little bit around here, so might be a little bit of that as well.
I don't know about the Corvette struggling. It did win Group A.
Well, this is true. There he is, the captain in 13th. There's a little bit of deja vu from the captain. Of course, hit the fence while out in front at Suzuka. You probably won't want to be reminded of that, but we did so. Back up the front now, and Barry is still 4/10 of a second behind Snicko. 10 minutes to go, so Barry's still safe in the car a little bit there.
Yeah, I think Barry's just waiting. He's going to wait for that last few laps and just make it hurt when it counts.
Yeah, I think you might be right. But he's definitely. We knew this was coming from him, and here it is. He obviously loves this track a lot. The BMW likes this track too. It suits it really well. So he's definitely making the most of it. He's got everything in his favour now. Let's just drop back a little bit from Snicko. We've got D here in third. He's 5 seconds down the road from those two in the vet, so he's doing a little bit better than his teammates.
Yeah, you see Clint is just slowly, ever so slowly taking up a little bit of time each lap. Just coming up on the rear of D, so it's something you can expect from Clint as well.
Clint's taken 2.5 tenths out of him since Hawthorn's, really. So he's closing up big time. So it'll be interesting to see how much of a fight D puts up as well. Whether he just lets him go or whether he wants to hang around. I dare say being in a Corvette he'll want to hang around and have a crack, but I don't think Clint won't buy into that too much, I wouldn't have thought. He's a little bit smarter than that.
D's bang on half a tank, and he's probably used about in between 10 and 15% of his tyres. Clint's still over half a tank, and his tyres look pretty fresh, so he's got the better car, and it's later in the race, so I think you'll see Clint start to apply the pressure pretty shortly.
That's right. So 6.5 seconds, or D's 6.5 seconds down the road from the front two. Might not be able to get there, but I think we can safely say that there's going to be another podium for that big fat purple Aston. You got Lucky there at 5th.
Yeah, I think he's pulled away from Dan too, so he's getting into a rhythm.
It's a little bit intense there for a few laps, but yeah, he's found his way now, and he's got a nice little gap all around it. Of course, Dan the man there in 6th place for Dynamite Racing. DJ in 7th. It's a pretty strong result there from DJ if he stays there. He'll be happy as Larry with that one. So we got Ghost in 9th. Ghost in 8th, sorry. He'll shoot me for that as well. For counterpunch. He's got himself a nice little pocket of air around him as well, so he'll be really happy with that. Get himself into a nice little rhythm. You got Hard, Soft and... Go.
Dadson's in 14th at the moment. I don't know if that's where he wanted to be, but...
Oh, so Dadson's had a major moment.
Yeah, he might have had a moment there.
Yeah. I think he's had a big one, because he was fighting around with Ghost and Hard Soft there for a little while, wasn't he? So He's 55 seconds off the lead, so he's had a huge moment somewhere. Witness marks on the back there, so he's obviously backed it into a wall.
Clint's just coming right up on the back of the boot of
yes.
D,
Here we
D
go.
now, so
Clint on D. D, little cover there. We'll stick with this one for a little while, see if we can get it done. So head through Clark. So Clint's really having a look now. Stay heading to Druids. Gonna try the crisscross. He's having a crack. D's awake to it though. Oh, whoa! This is gonna. Oh, a little touch. Oh, that got willing there for a second. Clint backs out of it though. Wow.
I don't want to fight too much because Lucky is having a great race. It could be one to
That's
pounce
right.
on both of them.
It just has a rest. Reset, regroup, catch back up again.
Yeah, Clint still has the far better car, so he's got better fuel and a lot better tyres. So he might be just sitting there waiting for the opportune moment. But I think we're going to see a move in the next couple of corners.
So Barry's still stuck behind Snicko there with the watching brief. We'll keep an eye on these two because this is definitely the angry pack at the moment. Although D seems to have pulled a little bit of a gap on Clint as they head into paddock. Oh, a little bit of grass there from Clint.
The Corvette doesn't like the super fast corners.
No.
It tends to understeer a fair bit. Clint's definitely worked out the Aston though. He's got that tuned pretty well.
In saying that though, that Corvette, for as bad a tyre as it's got underneath it at the moment, it's not. It's proven to be a bit of a tyre weight anyway. Yeah. Clint has a look at Hawthorns. Just pokes the nose out a little bit. And again into Westfield.
Oh, Barry's having a sniff as well on Snicko.
Oh, but have a look at this up the front. Barry. He's right up close now. 4 minutes to go. He's going to have to start pushing a little bit on the Altus car.
Just coming through Westfield. He was trading paint on the bumper, I think, with Snicko, so he's looking for it.
Whoa. Lucky's got around D and Clint. What's happened there? We better have a look, see if we can catch that on a replay. That's huge. No, it's not going to let me do it, but Lucky has made his way up to third.
Barry's
so
got
what
Snicko
happened?
as well.
Oh, he has. He adds two. So the hammer's been dropped. Barry's taken the lead of the race. Lucky is up to third. Wow. The last 30 seconds has just gone off. So it'll be interesting to see if...
Lucky just needs to keep that gap. Even if it dwindles a little bit, there's 3 minutes left, roughly 3 laps. Just hold it. That's a podium.
Yeah. Wow. Huge drama there from D and Clint. But Lucky certainly benefited it. He's third and change. As we head up the front now. Barry's got a small gap to Snicko.
I don't think 8th place is where Ghost wanted to finish, but you win some, you lose some.
Yeah, the King of Brands Hatch is not going to be standing on the top step today. He didn't seem all that confident at the start, but He'll just be happy to finish and get this one out of the way, I think. There we go.
I don't think Snicko's letting him have it though. I think he's going to give it back.
Ooh, he's a little bit wide there at Surtees. I tell you what, if Barry can hang on to this, it's definitely going to be a masterful performance.
Yeah, it'll be a big party at Obsession Motorsports tonight.
Oh yeah, it'll be a double too. So, of course, Priesky winning the FYRC race. There we go now. Probably going to have maybe one more lap to go after this one. Definitely one lap to go after this. So Barry's got to hang on for one more lap. These three here, Clint's caught up to D again.
I think we're going to see Snicko have a real good push on this lap.
Yeah, I think he'll try and have a rear dot crack, but I think Barry's got a good gap at the moment too. This is going to be huge. If Barry can hold off Snicko in the Altus car, no one's been able to touch that team for the last 2 or 3 rounds. And here comes the little bloke from the Tasmanian team. Let's not forget that. And he's throwing the book at everyone today by the looks of it. As he heads through Surtees now. Snicko's starting to close the gap. Barry just moves the car over a little bit. Perfect line there into Hawthorns. Snicko's getting closer now as they head into Westfield, down Dingadale. Keep it on the black stuff, son. Through Sheen.
Snicko might have a look on the last corner here.
There, through
Right
Sterling's. Oh, he's in the grass. Oh, this is going to be tight. Barry into the last corner. He might do this. Snicko's right on him here. He's going to do it. Barry's going to win at Brands Hatch. Or is he? Yes, he is. Well done, Barry. What a great result. What a victory. Lucky's going to get third. That is an awesome performance from Lucky as well. Flash those lights, son. Well done.
Yeah, great drive.
D's going to hang on to fourth. Clint will finish fifth. DJ finishes sixth. What an awesome result from DJ in the Ronin Controls car. Dan will finish seventh. Ghost is going to come home in eighth. Hardsoft is ninth. Mr. Brent's going to finish 10th. And NASCAR's going to finish 11th. Pardon me. Mighty Mo Jalen's going to finish 12th for Blacklight. And Dadson managed to get around the captain in the end. So Dadson will finish 13th. The captain will finish 14th. But ladies and gentlemen, Barry for Obsession Motorsports. Wow.
Yeah, you can't take it away from him. He was there the whole race, so what a drive.
Yeah. To be the best, you got to beat the best. And tonight, he just beat the best. So, awesome result there from Barry. So, we'll take a look at the race results now. So, Barry wins it for Obsession. Snicko's in second. Lucky gets third. D gets fourth. Clint gets fifth. I think those two must have had a massive tangle towards the end there. DJ gets sixth for Ronin Controls. He'll be super happy with that. Dan the Man for Blake Dynamite in seventh. Eighth is Ghost. Probably won't be too happy with that. Hardy Hardsoft for Powerhouse in 9th. Mr. Brent will finish 10th. NASCAR will finish 12th. Mo 13th. Dadson 14th. Captain will finish 14th. Sorry, Dadson 13th. Clinty Go Fast got the fastest lap on lap 18, which was a 1:21.7. So, there it is. Drive of the days.
All in all, I think that was a good race. Good to see Barry come back. He's had a bit of an average start to the season, but he definitely has the pace, and to take a win, I don't think he's going to be cheering with that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more.
And especially to take out Snicko. Snicko's one you want to beat. as much as he's a good driver, it's an accomplishment to beat him.
Oh, absolutely, and those Altus boys, no one's been able to touch them now for the last 2 or 3 rounds, so for someone to get up and have a crack with them and actually beat them was really, really good to see. So
I don't think Ghost probably wanted to finish up that far back. I think we're probably going to hear about that.
Yeah, I dare say it probably won't be all doom and gloom. Like you said before we went on air, I think he wasn't overly confident, but we'll see if we can get him in here and have a chat anyway. See if he'll pick up the phone and say hello to us.
Driver of the day, I think, lucky for me, that's a stellar drive for the Jag that they've struggled with for the start of the season, so that's good to come home on a podium. That's a driver of the day for me.
Yeah, absolutely. We're getting a lot of driver of the day for Barry, of course. Great drive, CP boys. Driver of the day, Barry. D was robbed of a podium. Always love a good underdog victory there from Brew O'Brien. Absolutely, mate. Great race, Barry. Well done podium from Scotty Gibbs. And he's managed to take time out of his busy day and join us in the box. Mr. Ghost, how are?
Yeah, I'm alright.
Yeah, a little bit flat. Was it what you expected it would be?
Oh, I just want to apologise to my team. I drove like shit. Simple. No excuses.
Yeah, it's a hard track to. You got to come with your A game, or if you feel a little bit off, you don't have it for the day.
Yeah, just drove crap, so it is what it is. But anyway, move on.
Move on. We got Monza next.
That's it.
Might be able to get that big 6.2 litre to push out some horsepower.
Yeah, so, you know. Look, just made silly errors. Just, wasn't myself, head wasn't in the game. Yeah, no excuses, got to be better.
Well, we always like a frank and honest opinion, so very good.
We were pretty happy to see not Barry. Yes, Barry, but I was meaning Lucky to come home in third. Good stint for the Jag this round.
Yeah, well done. Definitely well done, Barry. Great stuff. Good to see one of my awesome liveries up there.
Yeah, no, it was good. It's definitely got a lot of TV time tonight, which was good. So
if you're listening to Forgotten Island, just slap my way, that'd be great.
Yeah. We haven't actually seen anything in the chat pop up about that yet either, so I don't know what Prusky's doing. I thought he would have been all over it, but good job from Obsession tonight. The Prusky picking up a win in the FYRC as well, so the double bubble for the boys. They'll be happy with that.
Yeah, old Whiteheaps from Party Town down at Obsession. Get around it. Oh, that'll be a wild evening.
It'll be a public holiday in Tasmania tomorrow, I can guarantee it.
Boy, it'll be loose down there.
Alright, so what else have we got here? Proud to be seen. Great drive, Barry. Well done, podium. D's salty, but he still got a good haul of points. Chin up, mate. He did well. Congrats to Barry and Snicko, two good boys. Yep, the boys up the front did well. The BMW is definitely the car to have around here, so, and the Corvette, obviously. Hello to Brocky. So, Monza next. You're up next weekend, Troy. How are you going?
I think we've got a bit of a break in between next weekend and a Group A race, but it's looking positive for the GDR.
Yeah, very nice.
So far. Till we come to race day.
Always the way. Are we having a break now, are we? Yeah, so I'll just cover that off. So we are having a break over Easter. So next weekend is Easter, so we are having a break, guys. We might organise something for the Sunday night. We're not too sure yet. As always, keep across all our social media for that. Be sure to whack the two links I've put in the chat there, so if you want to join our Discord, please jump in and have a chat. Give our follow on our Facebook page, that has all the important information. Smash that like button as well, guys. Let's go for 30 likes on this video, so just smash it as hard as you can. I also want to say a big thank you to all our subscribers. We ticked over 100 subscribers during the week, which is really awesome. So there'll be a couple really cool things that come with that. We'll get our own custom URLs, so it'll be much easier to find the channel as well. And yeah, hashtag get around it.
Hello, good doctor.
Hey boys, how we doing?
Good, mate. How are you? Fourth tonight?
Yeah, a bit lonely in fourth tonight for the team Blacklight Porsche, but we'll take that.
That was good. It was good to see. What happened to the... we still got a tyre refueler on the other side of the garage or not?
Yeah, I saw that. I am just going to say that it was both the cars a bit low on fuel, but I got away with it.
But your car made it, and that's the main thing.
You might have noticed that my car just started to ease off a little bit and didn't go for that extra lap, but just went across the line with the second to last lap, and looked down at the timer. It had 129 to go. I'm like, I can't do a 129. It's a bit slow. But I just eased off a bit. Just rolled it across the line, took the checker flag. It went with a second to go. So I just backed it off a little bit coming down the straight just to grab the checker flag there, because I don't think I would have made it round again. So, yeah, she wasn't quite the night for the conservative fuel stop. I went pretty soft in the first stint because I dropped off the back of the leaders and thought, I'll just let them go and do their thing, and I consolidated my gap back to Cool Pro there in 5th position. And for most of the race, I had 10 seconds either side. 10 seconds to the leaders and 10 seconds back to Cool. So I was sort of just poddling around doing 24s. Thinking, I'll just keep myself out of trouble, keep the car straight, and
It worked out really well for Lockwood for Bad Doctor to run out of fuel.
yeah. Yeah, I think the boys. I think the race pace was a bit higher than we thought it would be. So a lot of the boys were banking on the fact we weren't going to make that last lap. So
yeah,
no credit to Lockwood though to manage to get the fuel to last a little bit longer. So it shows what it's like to do a bit better with your fuel consumption and get the benefit of it at the end there. So, but yeah, hats off to Brewer there. Comes into FYRC Group B and just hands us our backsides. He didn't look like he was going to hit it tonight.
Has he destroyed the pit lane down there yet?
No, but apparently the Forgotten Island beers are on him tonight, so...
Get around him.
Get around obsession there with the double-header, boys. Good job for them tonight.
Well, I think we were lucky just to pull out of the AGT race, because it was about 30 seconds after the race finished, the room crashed, so...
Oh, wow.
Oh. Gee, that was lucky, wasn't it?
Yeah, hello.
Hello, Mr. Doremus.
How are we?
Yeah, good, mate. Just
Sorry, boss.
Don't worry about him, mate. Trying to have some fun out there, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, don't worry about it, Sean. I'm driving next week.
I noticed he's already got a car with his number on it, just saying.
Oh!
There was a small chance I was going to do Bathurst for D, but I think the Rona's taking care of that.
The Rona.
The Rona.
My Rona. I better end up here, otherwise I'll start soon.
Yeah. We'll save the dancing for White Hips, mate. He's much better at it than you are. Alright, so what else have we got here in the chat? Great Race Berry. Yeah, that's about it. So before we go, what are the boys up to for Easter?
Nothing. We're all doing nothing over Easter, mate.
Oh, well, there you go.
PlayStation to work out.
Well,
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of towing the camper out to the backyard. Having a camp.
ooh, look out.
I might go next door to the in-laws. Big trip.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, it's not really a smart question to end on in the current climate, really, is it? Gotta do better than that. So there isn't much sport going on at the moment, and I think Wednesday night, the 8th of April, the supercars are starting their E-Series, so if you want to go and have a laugh at that, it should be quite good. Of course, Scotty Dixon had a win this morning in the IndyCar Online Series as well, so it'll be good. It's good practice for Wednesday. So, but otherwise, anything else, boys? I think I've pissed enough people off tonight. I might have to go.
Just another one, just to make sure we aren't streaming next Sunday, guys, because of Easter, but we will be back the week after, as per normal. Group A from the Temple of Speed, which is the beautiful Monza. That is going to be an absolute rip snorter. GTR territory, so I expect big guns on the podium. No pressure.
Absolutely.
Definitely looking forward to Monza. But as always, keep across all our social media. We may have something coming up on Sunday. We may not. We're not too sure yet. We'll be sure to let you know. But other than that, that's all I have to say. And sorry again to the CP boys. I'll endeavour to improve.
You still haven't got that hat yet, though, either, have you?
Well, no, but...
Put me on the spot again.
Sorry, mate, but you know.
Ah, yeah, all good.
So, but yeah, apart from that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you to Troy and Claude and Ghost and the good doctor for joining me in the box tonight.
All good.
Thank you to everybody that joined us tonight that watched the race. Thanks for all your support. The chat went off tonight. We got over 100 messages in the chat tonight as well, so that was awesome to see that flowing pretty well all night. So big thank you to everyone there. What else have I got? Make sure you like and subscribe the stream tonight. Means a lot to all of us. Of course, we're having a break next week for Easter, but Group A the weekend after that from Monza. There should be a good race. So once again, 19th of April it will be. So get around that. And then yeah, that's about it from us tonight, I think. Thank you all very much for watching. My name is Jim Bob, and you have been watching S1 GT on YouTube. Good night.